only 20 laps of a shootout. And they will click by in a hurry. As Tony England has them all stacked up, bumper to bumper, back behind him through the Lucas Oil start zone underway, and Kyle Davis tried to get a head start. He's not going to be able to get to the inside of Tony England, so he's going to shoot to the outside, and just like that, we're 4 wide coming off of turn number 2. And how about Tim Brown started P4, and he's up to the lead. JT Carroll tucks back in to his inside in second. 3 across, and then 2 wide, 2 deep in a battle for third. Terry Schultz in fourth. Kyle is going to get stuck on the outside, and Davis, who was at third last lap, may drop back 1 spot. Schultz is going to nose him out at the line. So Terry Schultz up to third. Davis is then going to get sideways. Tony England takes evasive maneuvers. Sliding to a stops the 0-4 of Blaine Ewing. And all of that going on in turn number 1, and that is as Kyle Davis, who we thought might have a chance to win this, was back in fourth and just got up into the loose stuff, got way sideways, and the way his car was yawed over to the right, glad he stayed with at least rubber in contact with the ground, because it looked like he was going to get up on his side pretty easy. And Tim Brown, with the field under his control, JT Carroll and Terry Schultz side by side. Kenny Carroll to the inside of row number 3 and Tony England on his outside. Tim Brown. Been a while since he has found victory lane at Lucas Oil Speedway as we lead to the green again. Car sideways. Can the 22 get back underway? And not so fast. Last night only had 1 caution in our 20-lap main, and we have already been hampered with 2 of them so far. This one comes out for Craig Wiggins, who was not here last night. The Jonesboro, Arkansas native loops it around on the restart.
That's my right one.
He won at Crowley's last year. 3rd place run there earlier this year, and Craig Wiggins is going to have to go back to the back of the pack, and they're going to get them all stacked and repacked. Take a look at what happened with Craig Wiggins on that restart. He tried to get a running start, so that's karma for you. That is karma for the 22. He passed 3 cars before he even got to the restart zone, got sideways, and now he's got to go dead last. Another look at it from the Foley Equipment flag stand, and usually race control can get the guys at the front half of the pack and see if that happens. A lot of attention does not get looked at the back of the pack, and drivers try to take advantage of it. And now, since we are already 7 minutes in, race control has said, you know what, guys, we're going to go single file on a restart, and I don't blame them. So the conga line into turns 3 and 4. And we're back at it as Tim Brown leads us to the green. He goes high. JT Carroll goes low. Terry Schultz will rim right around the top side of 1 and 2. Get a run on JT Carroll as they go wheel to wheel, and Tim Brown not able to get away from the 2nd and 3rd place running cars as JT Carroll stays right with him, only 3 car lengths behind. Low side through 1 and 2, a little bit choppy for JT Carroll. Poe goes through that end, but he had a smooth sailing through 3 and 4. Not really losing any ground at all to Tim Brown. Stays about the same margin. Terry Schultz getting high, wide, and handsome, higher than anybody else on the track over on the south end through 1 and 2. And a blanket over the top 3 cars, nearly side by side for the top 2 off of turn 4, but Tim Brown still able to lead. And now Terry Schultz, he's going to be a playmaker in this one also, to the outside of JT After all the laps, still 3 grooves of racing here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Terry Schultz is up to second. Now he'll nosedive to the inside of Tim Brown. And Terry Schultz to the front of the pack. This B4 has been here before already this year, but it was not with Terry Schultz behind the wheel. It was with Brian Worley. Brian ended up with a second place finish, and that was at the beginning of the season. It's a Worley chassis, Yeoman engine, and when Brian finished second, hands the keys over to Terry Schultz this weekend, and Terry's got it out in front. That's with 12 laps to go. We're side by side for second with JT Carroll to the inside of Tim Brown. Wiggins again. And the Midwest Sheet Metal caution will come out. That is the second time the caution has come out for the 22. Rule at Lucas Oil Speedway, you spin twice, you head back to the pits. So that is where the 22 of Craig Wiggins will head. Spotter Doug Neff up here, the eye in the sky, has noted that Johnny Finewald is now up into the top 10. So Johnny Finewald, who started in 17th after winning the B feature, he is now up into the top 10, 8th to be exact. Staying single file for the restart again, as they did get 7 more laps rattled off. We've ran 9, 11 to go. And now we'll see what Terry Schultz can do since he's in clean air. JT Carroll was able to get around Tim Brown on that last completed lap. So JT's up to second, Tim Brown third, Tony Anglin and Kenny Carroll. That's your top 5. Green up, hammer down. Tim Brown a little bit of a bobble off of turn number 2. Tony Anglin had to feather the throttle. Kenny Carroll, we call him the ditch digger because he's an excavator, but he is living the high life up on the top side through 3 and 4. Trying to make a run on Tim Brown. Going to work to the outside of Tony Anglin. You see Colton Borland in the 2. Johnny Finewald. He continues to work that low line. He's up to 7th. Great battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Anglin and Tim Brown in 3rd and 4th. Kenny Carroll has not given up on that high line, and whenever Kenny won earlier in the year, he did the exact same thing. He let that high line finally work in, and he made some passes late. He's not given up on finding the cushion, getting the run where there's still a lot of moisture up there. Even though the late models ran there, you really can't tell it just from how the track looks. Really streaky, lots of grooves. Tony Anglin squarely in 3rd now as he's gotten around Tim Brown. And the Midwest Sheet Metal caution comes out again, and this time it's for the 64 who has slowed on the back stretch. That is Luke Leatherman. These cautions are helping him whenever those lead cars are able to get away. When the yellow comes out, able to pull up right on the tail, and Johnny's making some noise on the top side. The thing is, Kenny Carroll is running that line also, and that's the car directly in front of Johnny Finewald. Terry Schultz back through the Lucas Oil start zone. Press down on the loud pedal, and we're back at it with 13 laps to go. 7 laps to go, rather. We've completed it, 13. It's getting late. Johnny Finewald right in the middle of the track, trying to pick off another car. Still stuck back in sixth, but he is gradually starting to pick up some speed. Trying to take fifth away from the 4 of Jared Hayes. Schultz, JT Carroll, and Tony Anglin, your top 3. Tim Brown in 4th. Jared Hayes in 5th, and Johnny Finnewald still stuck in 6th. Laps winding down. We'll have 4 to go this time by. Can anyone make a late charge and haul in Terry Schultz? He's got the Brian Worley number 4 on rails right now on the bottom of the track, and that's where most of the cars are migrating to now. And Kenny Carroll has fallen off the pace. He is now about to fall outside the top 10. He's back in 9th, Russell in 10th. And Terry Schultz got the 2 to go last time by. He will get the white flag this time. JT Carroll's going to do everything he can in this final 3/8 of a mile to haul in Terry Schultz. One more circuit for the Sedalia, Missouri native. Best finish this year had been 4th here at Lucas Oil Speedway. A couple of seconds throughout the season. And after a 6-win year back in 2024, he will finally pick up win number 1 in 2025. Nearly a second win over JT Carroll. Tony Anglin in 3rd. Jared Hayes in 4th. And Tim Brown survives a late run by Johnny Finnewald to come home in 5th. Finnewald 6th, Colton Borland, Colby North, Kenny Carroll, and Jeremy Russell rounding out your top 10 as this one goes to Terry Schultz.